Tencent has fired back at Sony's lawsuit against their upcoming game Light of Motiram, saying that their game is not a clone, but Sony's own game is a clone itself. So basically, they cloned the clone of 3 other clones that Sony had already cloned the clone of. It's Sunday, so let's get sensational. I'm Mike, and I'm back to talk about the gaming news. And Tencent is back as well, firing back, that is, against Sony. So Sony filed a lawsuit against Tencent for their upcoming game Light of Motiram because, well, it looks very similar to Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West when it comes to the environment and the character design, and even the font. Sony is also claiming in their lawsuit that Tencent approached them with the idea to do a game in the Horizon universe, but Sony rejected it. So basically they're thinking that Light of Motiram was a renamed version of the Horizon game that they were working on that they said no to. Well, Tencent has officially responded to the lawsuit. Tencent is claiming that the fact that they have a redhead heroine that fights robotic dinosaurs is a common trope in video games. They also cited comments from a documentary where one of the Horizon devs stated that the game's art director initially had concerns that the game was too similar to the game Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Tencent is also claiming that Horizon has similarities to Legend of Zelda and Far Cry, and that basically Sony is trying to gain a monopoly on this genre, and that Sony is overreaching. Tencent kind of addressed the claims that they pitched them a game in the Horizon universe by saying that no Tencent holding executives or employees were in that meeting. And they're also saying that the lawsuit should be dismissed since their game hasn't even released yet, so there's no way that they could be infringing on Sony's designs at this point. So to break it all the way down, Tencent is basically saying that Light of Motiram looks like Horizon because Horizon is full of common tropes. Now, in my opinion, which literally doesn't matter in a legal sense at all, there's using the same tropes and there's literally trying to look like a game. And Light of Motiram looks a lot like Horizon, especially the design of the robots and the environment, and yeah, even the font that they were using. There's a difference between using the same tropes and kind of ripping off the art design. It's also noted in IGN's article that Tencent started changing some of the art on the game's Steam page so it looked less like Horizon. Either way, we'll see how this one turns out in court. But if Light of Motiram does see the light of day, then you can likely play it on the new Xbox handheld since it's gonna be on PC, if we ever find out how much it actually costs. This may actually be the first handheld to release with no price. It's gonna be one of those add to cart to see the price things, and then it's still not gonna tell you the price. It's just gonna charge you a random amount like 6 months later. All joking aside, it looks like the details of the price may have leaked, courtesy of Best Buy. So YouTuber Destin Lagari called his local Best Buy, and basically he just asked them how much the ROG Xbox Ally and the Ally X would cost, and they told him the regular Ally would be $549 and the Ally X would be $899. Now of course this isn't confirmation of anything, it's obviously a Best Buy employee saying something that they probably saw in their system, which is still subject to change, but those prices would make sense and they're in line with the current Ally. The only thing I'm not sure about is if it'll change because of the whole tariff situation, which I'm sure is why Xbox and Asus don't want to announce the price just yet. But the original ROG Ally X was $1,000, and being that this is a new one and it's Xbox branded, they probably want the price to be a little bit lower to make it more approachable. And it's the same with the original Ally, the non-Z1 Extreme version, the regular Z1. That was $649, so this would also undercut that one by $100 as well. But this thing is literally releasing in less than a month, so yeah, they're gonna have to put some kind of price on it to be able to sell it, I believe. But hopefully the price doesn't end up increasing multiple times like Xbox's new pricing. In fact, that's what we're talking about today. And our final story. To be honest, I didn't think we would be here again this year, but Xbox is doing another price increase. Now the last one was pretty bad. I mean, the disc-based Xbox Series X, which is basically their main console, went from $500 to $600, and they were already priced above PlayStation even after Sony did their recent price increases. So to be honest, I really didn't expect Xbox to do a price increase again, but here we are in very unusual times to say the least. So all of the Xbox prices are increasing again by $20 to $70 depending on the model. So the 512 gig Xbox Series S is going from $380 to $400. The 1TB Series S is going from $430 to $450. The digital Series X is going from $550 to $600. The regular Series X is going from $600 to $650. And the 2TB Galaxy Special Edition Series X is going from $730 to $800. Which the Galaxy one is really confusing because it's a special edition, but they've been selling it for a while now. At this point and at that price, They should probably just discontinue it because it really doesn't make any sense. Like, who would even buy it over a PS5 Pro at this point? But anyway, Microsoft stated that this price increase was due to changes in the macroeconomic environment, which I believe they used that phrase before instead of just saying tariffs. Either way, this economically shifted tarific pricing, whatever they want to call it, goes into effect on October 3rd. Now, I'm going to be honest, when I first saw this story, my thought was that Xbox is done at this point, and I don't like thinking that way because even if you don't like Xbox, it's good to have more competition in this space. But they're already really behind when it comes to console sales, and the prices of their consoles are outrageous now in comparison to what Sony is offering. So realistically, it's just a way harder to sell at these prices, and I get that there is a whole tariff situation, but it really does make me worry that they might not even make it to the next generation of consoles at this point. Now, of course, Xbox is a part of Microsoft, who has way more money than Sony and Nintendo combined, so if they really wanted to keep floating Xbox along and keep the prices the same, they could, but I just don't feel like they care as much about the hardware anymore because Xbox as a brand has been focused way more on Game Pass and software. And the Xbox Ally, I feel like, is a new direction they're moving in, which is literally just a handheld PC. It'd be very easy for them to say, hey, we're not making consoles anymore, we're just going to license out the branding to other OEMs to make Xbox branded PCs. Maybe I'm just thinking too much into this, but I'm just kind of feeling like with these new prices, that's pretty much going to end the few sales they still had hardware-wise for Xbox. But let me know what you think down in the comments about this whole situation. Do you think that this could be the beginning of the end for Xbox? Again, let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to tell a friend, tell a coworker, like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification button thing wherever it is to be notified of a video or a live stream. And always do at least 2 things at the same time.